The World Trade Organization, the WTO, as you know them in your hood, kicked off its 40th Geneva Week on Tuesday. It's a twice-annual week-long event where business leaders and executives travel to Geneva, Switzerland, to weigh in on recent developments in international trade. Now, one point of interest this year is the potential of micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, also known as MSMEs. Now, MSMEs, they currently account for 90% of businesses, more than 70% of employment, and 50% of GDP worldwide. And more experts believe that they are the backbone of many global economies. Joining me now, live from the conference for this Yahoo Finance exclusive, is Kuo Zhang, who is the president of Alibaba.com. Kuo, great to have you here, and thanks for stepping away for a hot second from the discussions taking place to hop on with Yahoo Finance. What are international business leaders pledging to do to protect small business growth from the conversations that you're having?
Sure. So hello from this is Kuo from Alibaba.com, and now I'm in Geneva, and actually in a kind of a discussion with WTOs, with ITCs about our kind of ongoing program to help to either help or incubate or empower SMEs. So our business, I talk a little bit about Alibaba.com, that we are founded in 1999 by Jack Ma. Actually, in day one, we are focusing on working or serving for SMEs. I mean, SMEs for the both sides, both the sellers and the buyers. Actually, now we are serving more than 200,000 of suppliers all over the world, and we are serving more than, let's say, 50 million of the SMEs as buyers all over the world. So in a simple word is that we are using all the digital tools to transform the way they do business and help them to lower the barriers to kind of entry the global platform.
What do you believe that the health of small businesses is worldwide based on the interactions that you're seeing with Alibaba.com?
Right. So I can give you an example first. That when Alibaba founded in 1999, at that time, I see the numbers you said that the 50% of the GDP, kind of global trade GDP, contributed by SMEs. But at that time in China, actually, that number is less than 2% back in 1999. So now, actually, that the number in China is more than 62% of the kind of global trade GDP is contributed by the SMEs. You can see in the last 20 or 25 years, the SMEs actually have more and more power in the global stage, and now they are the backbones of the global business. And that the similar things happens all over the world, both in Europe, in US, the developing countries, as well as in developing countries like Southeast Asia, like Latin America, like Africa. So we are using our digital tools to empower them everywhere.
What is the ability for SMEs and micro and small and mid-sized enterprises to make the digital transformation like some large enterprises and multi-billion-dollar conglomerates are making, as they're spending heavily on everything from blockchain to generative AI seemingly, to make sure that they're staying ahead of the curve technologically?
Yeah, sure. So what we are doing, actually, take AI example. So what we are doing is democratize AI. So we are heavily investing on the other technology side, and we want to using the technology to empower the SMEs. So especially for this year, we are focusing on two things. One is AI. So using AI, we can improve the efficiency for both the buyers and sellers, and also transform our platform from a kind of a sourcing engine to a creativity engine. And the other is to kind of upgrade our supply chains, which is called Alibaba Guarantee. The meaning that when the buyer buy a product or source a product from Alibaba.com, we will take care of all the logistics, all the extra payment, financing services, as well as after-sale services. So that's greatly kind of lower the barrier and help the small SMEs to build the trust between each other. So this is basically what we are doing.
Quote, I wonder, especially considering the environment for elections this year, with more than half of the world going to be participating in elections of some sort or another, that could change what globalization looks like. That could impact companies like Alibaba.com as well. How are you positioning yourself to navigate what the outcome of some of these elections could be, knowing that it also impacts your core customers, both consumers or end consumers of products, but also other small businesses and mid-sized enterprises?
From our perspective, actually, Alibaba.com is founded for more than 25 years. So there's a lot of elections, a lot of change during this kind of time period. And what the latest change or the challenge is the pandemic. Actually, after pandemic, we see that actually more and more SMEs now is a pirate time for them to change, to embrace the digital. And you're talking about the elections. Actually, what we are focusing on is the things that does not change. So take the SME as a buyer as example. If you are an entrepreneur and you want to build something, build your own brand and sell, there are a bunch of things that you need to focusing on. What a product I'm going to build, who are the customers, what are the targeting market, and how we can find a kind of best partner to manufacture it, and with the best price, quality, and what kind of employees I'm going to hire. And in the end, probably there's a tax, and the tariff is a part of the tax. So they need to consider a lot of things, but we are back to the fundamentals, is demand and supplies, how to provide all the buyers with a variety of supplies, high quality with a competitive price and delivery time. And we just keep kind of doing on that and perfecting the tools and make sure that we can empower the SMEs and to make it easy to do business anywhere. So these are the things we think is not going to change for 100 years. And that is what we are focusing.
If there were more tariffs that were ratcheted up, would that have a net impact on your business?
So first of all, we are kind of a platform which supports global supplies, and the supplies not only from one country. Actually, now we have supplies from 200 different countries. And for example, in EU, in Europe, so there are kind of wines, there are fashions, there are machineries, and there are also a lot of other tools from Germany, from France, from Italy. And we have lots of suppliers from Southeast Asia as well. So that is number one. The second part is that, as I mentioned, the fundamental rule for global trade is demand and supplies. So always find the better supplies with better kind of price, and adding together is a kind of competitive strength for the supplier side. What we are doing is just lower the barrier and letting them easy to kind of go to the global to do business with each other. So that is basically what we are doing, and that is what we are focusing to do.
Kuo Zhang, Alibaba.com president. Kuo, thank you so much for taking the time here with us today. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you.